Welcome to the channel, everybody, and it is time to start a brand new franchise here on MLB the Show 25. Let's hop into it, as I think I have the perfect team for this year's game. We are going to load my rosters, which of course are available in the vault under Franchise V 1.0. If you would like to get them, they're nothing crazy, just a few minor adjustments I made, making some top 100 prospects better and making sure that they have all B or A potentials and adding some free agents that weren't in there already. This year's franchise team is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers. And the reason why I picked the Milwaukee Brewers this year is because they do not fit anything that I want to do. As you saw on that front screen, they are all speed and defense, and I'm not really a speed or defense player in this game. We are going to do high situations, and I will start at the first inning. That I don't mind. Player highlight moments, I will only go in the 9th inning if it's like a no-hitter or a hit streak thing. Those will be my conditions, and we are going to start at the regular season. But before we do that, we are going to take a look at our roster. What are we working with here? As you can see, 3rd in defense, 1st in speed, 17th best team in the league. They've got a decent amount of contact, but no power. They are the 3rd worst power team in the league, and their pitching is mediocre. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Nobody in the 90s, though. Willie Contreras could get into the 90s very quickly. So could Jackson Cheerio. However, those are going to be our building blocks, as Freddie Peralta is our best pitcher, our ace pitcher. A potential, yeah, he's 28 years old, and he could still get better. As you can see, the Ks per 9, not bad, but the walks per 9 is going to do us in. That homers per 9, too. He's going to give up some walks and some bombs, but he has been a very good pitcher since 2020, and he still is a very good pitcher, but we have only got him for 2 more years before we've got to make a contract decision in his age 30 season. We have Brandon Woodruff, who's already 32 years of age, and again, another guy who's going to give up homers, going to give up walks. Even though he's really good on the velo, he's another pitcher who's been really good for a while. Since 2018, Woodruff has been a very good pitcher, and he's got 2 years left at 8.8 mil a pop. So pitching, we're going to have to look for pitching in the next couple of seasons. As you can see, we have Nasty Nestor, the former Yankee, joins the Milwaukee Brewers. Not a big strikeout guy. Does give up some homers too, and as you can see, he has been a good pitcher since 2021. 2023 wasn't his best year, but he's been a pretty darn good pitcher, and he has another year of arbitration left, but again, 2 more years and he's gone. Tobias Myers. Now this guy I've got some hope for. 77 B potential, 26 years of age, but he's another low strikeout, give up homers pitcher. You see, doesn't really fit my game. 3 ERA with the Brew Crew last season. He is looking to build upon that. We will have him for a while. We want to do a lot of seasons in this franchise. I do plan on finishing it to its completion, so hopefully you'll be along for the ride. Jose Quintana is one of those guys that I had to add to the roster. I had to add him in free agency. Another really low strikeout pitcher. He was the guy that Milwaukee signed for 1 season. He's been good since 2022. Unfortunately, when I signed him to the roster, it signed him for a 3-year deal. We also have Aaron Savale, and he's another really low strikeout, give up homer pitcher. Again, doesn't suit me. He's one of those I'm good every other year type pitchers, and we've only got him for this season, so he could actually end up being trade bait for us. DL Hall is up here on the 40-man roster, and we've got him for a good amount of time. Only a C potential from him, and he has been good once out of 3 times. It is what it is. Another really high walk pitcher. which doesn't suit the way I want to build. As far as any prospects coming up the pipeline at the pitching spot, Jacob Mizorowski is a guy I'd like to see do something, but again, the walks, the homers per 9, it is not looking good. We're going to have to try to train these guys up. At a B potential is Evan McKendry, but it is a little late in his career, and he is very raw still at the age of 27. It's going to be rough to try to get him up and going. Everybody else here at the pitcher spot is going to have to play really well to maybe increase their potential. I will be increasing potentials and potentially some overalls, aka giving some rating points to players that play well in the minor leagues, potentially make all-star games or win awards there, or are league leaders at the end of the season, I think is more or less what I want to do. Relief pitchers, we have Brian Hudson, a 77 overall, C potential. He's a solid pitcher, not a very high velo guy, but he had a good year last year in 43 outings. Hopefully he can keep that going because we'll have him for a while if he's any good. Joel Payamps. Yeah, that's not going to be one of my best names to say. Apologize ahead of time. 63 Ks per 9, 65 homers per 9. As you see, the theme is still there. But he's been very good since 2020, and I have no reason to think that he won't do some things here that we like to see. He's got another year of arbitration before he finally hits free agency, as has become a theme here as well. Still, low Ks, low walks per 9, bad ratings here for Koenig. Jared Koenig had a good year last year. Will he have another? I don't know, but we could have him for a while too, even though he's 31 years old. But Abner Uribe is the guy we really want to develop, but as you can see, control is his lowest thing, and walks. He will be walking some people in sim. That's going to be troublesome. Every other rating is fantastic about him. He had a horrid year last year in 14 innings. He was wonderful in 2023. We'd like to recapture that, and he could be here for a really long time, and we are really going to try to develop that walks per 9. Aaron Ashby, 70 overall at 26 years old. He's a guy that could give us something, but again, he's not going to give us strikeouts. He is going to walk some people, and he's going to give up homers. He had a good year in 2024. He's got to build upon it, and he is signed for 5 years at $4.1 million a year. That's going to be rough for us. It's going to be rough for us. Everybody else here is going to be a complete waste of space. I don't know why Connor Thomas was brought in a Rule 5 draft. I'm guessing there was some high hopes for him. I personally do not have any. We'll keep him for this year, and we'll let him walk probably. At closer, Trevor McGill is the guy. And again, he's another guy that's going to walk some people. But every other rating is solid though. He can do some things. The last couple of years, he was really good. He's got a couple of arbitration years left we're probably going to take advantage of. Elvis Peguero. Could he develop? Maybe, but he's 27 years old at this point. This isn't giving us a lot of confidence, but he's been good for Milwaukee. Again, another theme. The pitchers in Milwaukee tend to do pretty well. Holub is a waste of time. Catchers. We obviously have an amazing catcher in William Contreras, 99 clutch hitter. This is going to be one of our mainstays, and obviously he has been a very solid catcher, and now he's got a couple of years arbitration left with us. Eric Haas, he's got some strong power against lefties, but that's really about as special as I can come up with for him. He had his best season last year in just 30 games though. We'll see if he can build upon that as the backup catcher. Jefferson Quero is Jefferson Quero, the number 47 prospect in baseball with the Milwaukee Brewers, their top prospect, and we'll just see if we can get him to develop as well. Bigler is a done prospect. He is run the mill and it hasn't worked out. We don't have anything else at catcher. We do have Rhys Hoskins playing first base, and he is a big-time power first baseman. Should hit a bunch of bombs for us. Averages near 30 a year. Near 30, not quite 30. He had his worst hitting season last year of his entire career, and we're hoping he doesn't have that again because he's $17 million a pop. Tyler Black, none of these guys are going to provide anything for our future. At second baseman, we have Bryce Terang, and he is 25 years old, 80 overall, B potential. He's got room to grow for sure. He's a great defender, fast on the base paths, You'll love to see all of that. The bat needs to pick up with Mr. Terang, and we'll see if we can get him to do it. 218 to 254, he has gotten better over time. He needs to continue to do that, and I believe we can get him to. I think we could have a long-term second baseman here, because honestly, everybody else is not a long-term second baseman. At third base, we have Joseph Ortiz, and he is another guy just like Terang, who isn't the greatest hitter, but he's going to play some defense and he's going to run the base paths pretty well. And he does have some vision, discipline, and clutch to him, which we're hoping we can take advantage of. He's power against lefties, contact against righties. It's interesting. He's gotten a little bit better over time as well. I mean, he only played 15 games with Baltimore, but he did all right last season. We'll see if he can continue to build upon it because, again, more potential to be a long-term player on this roster because we do not have anyone coming up the pipeline who's very good right now. At shortstop, this is trouble. Monasterio has gone massively downhill. A full-time player, he's a platoon player. Now, he's got some time to grow. He's only a C potential. I just don't see it working out with Monasterio here. Now, one guy that it could work out for is Cooper Pratt. He is the number 3 prospect in the Milwaukee Brewer organization, but as you can see, extremely raw, very good defender, but he is a very, very raw hitter at the age of 20. He is the number 56 prospect in all of baseball. We've got plenty of time, and we're going to try to grow Cooper Pratt over the next few years because, I mean, he could almost start immediately with how bad we are. This is one of the main reasons for choosing the Brewers as a rebuild for me, and that is Christian Yelich, the guy who has been looking for a chip his entire career, 11 years of MLB service. And Yelich is no longer the big power hitter he once was, but he can still put the ball in play. He still has a lot of vision and a lot of clutch hitting in him. 99 clutch hitting. He hit 315 last year. He is not going to hit over 20 bombs anymore. Ever since he was caught with the PEDs and the steroids or whatever it was, he still has skill. And we are hoping that we can mask some of that skill, bring some of that skill into a bottle and put it out on the field for us because Lord knows we need to at this price. He's been a wonderful player in Brewers history, and we are going to try to get him his ring. But we do have Jackson Cheerio coming right up his rear end at the age of 20. Cheerio has been a bust-out star. Not a huge power guy, but man, he can hit, he can field, and boy, can that dude fly. It is going to be fun to watch Jackson Cheerio play for his entire career here. Look at this, $10.2 million over the next 8 seasons. Jake Bauers, B potential they gave him. 71, 29 years old. He's a guy that can play some ball. I don't know how he got a 71 overall. Not a guy that really warrants it to me. Really low averages, barely hits his weight. As a matter of fact, he's only hit his weight once. We have some interesting players at center field. Garrett Mitchell is a guy that I thought was really going to break out, and he did for a bit. He has just fallen into purely defensive and speed, and this is where I'm talking about. This team does not fit me at all. They cannot hit bombs. It is going to be grueling for me and try to find the power hitters in the draft that we're going to want to use. This is going to be a heavy draft series, and maybe we can sign like one underrated power hitter in free agency. Who knows with the way the new free agency is in this game. Blake Perkins, he's going to be another one. Look at this. Barely hit, but he can play massive defense and he can run like the wind. Maybe at the deadline of one of these seasons, one of these arbitration years or something, we can trade him for a power bat, but none of these guys are power bats. You're going to have to play small ball. We got a lot of C potentials at center field. Who knows? Can any of these guys play? Can Hedbert Perez do anything? Can Braylon Payne do anything? Are they close enough to be potential that they could climb to be potential on their own? And in right field, we have Sal Frelick, and he's another one of those guys. He's going to hit righties pretty well, contact-wise. He's going to play a lot of defense, and he's going to run the base paths like the Dickens. But he's only going to hit around 250. He's only going to hit a couple of homers a year, and he's going to be around for a long time. He did win a Gold Glove in 2024. We'll see if we can keep that momentum going. Mark Hanna, backup guy, played with the Mets last few years here and the Brewers now, and gonna hit around 260 at his best, maybe 10-12 homers if you give him enough at bats. He was playing pretty heavily in New York. Now he's gonna be a free agent after the season. He's probably not gonna be of big use to us. Manuel Margot is going to be the same way. He can hit lefties for contact. He's not the best defender, though. And being that he can only hit lefties, he has kind of gone downhill consistently here after his RAZE stint where he helped them out a little bit. And he's also going to hit free agency, so he probably will not be here a while either. Luis Lara is a guy that, again, is really raw, plays defense, runs, can't hit. We have a lot of guys that cannot hit. We are going to have to get guys that can hit or teach these guys to hit. That is the challenge of the series right now. Now, there is one thing I'd like to mention, and I did not fix it, and I apologize for those that would have liked me to fix it. But Jesus Made is a shortstop third baseman that is playing in rookie ball right now for the Brewers. His MLB ETA is 2028, and he's age 17. But he is not on this roster, and I am not putting him on this roster either. That's okay, because we are going to make our own amazing drafted players, and we are going to start doing that with our staff. We are going to go over our scouts. We are going to fire all of these scouts. I want scouts that are of high efficiency, maybe some high discovery. I would love to have a discovery scout, maybe even a specialty discovery scout. I can have them discover pitchers, which we're going to need. I think I will take him. There we go. Charles Alert is gonna be of use to us. All right, we are gonna hire Jack Chen as a discovery scout over Boris. This would be my non-pitcher scout. There we go. So I've got two guys that can do pitchers. One guy can do pitchers and position players decently enough. And Lewis Kenny is going to be my everything man, except pitchers. Our starting lineups for the season against righties in the major league level will be Sal Frelick, Christian Yelich, William Contreras, Jackson Chourio, Rhys Hoskins, Garrett Mitchell, Bryce Terang, Joseph Ortiz, and unfortunately Andrew Monasterio. With Oliver Dunn, Eric Haas, Jake Bowers, Blake Perkins, and Mark Canha on the bench. Yeah, we brought up Bowers and Canha because what was here? Ugh, no thank you. Against lefties, it will go Garrett Mitchell, Christian Yelich, William Contreras, Rhys Hoskins, Joseph Ortiz, Jackson Chourio, Blake Perkins, Andrew Monasterio, and Bryce Terang. Our starting rotation will be Freddie Peralta, Brandon Woodruff, Nestor Cortez Jr., Tobias Myers, and Jose Quintana, with Aaron Savale giving us some long relief, aka some spot starting as well. The Rule 5 pickup Connor Thomas, which, I don't know why, but he will be in long relief as well. Joel Payamps, Jared Koenig, and Abner Uribe will all be in mid relief. Brian Hudson with the 99 pitch clutch will be our setup man, with Trevor McGill being our closer. In AAA, we'll have Manuel Margot, Jimmy Herron, Vinny Capra, Brock Wilkin, Freddie Zamora, Casey Martin, Wes Clark, Anthony Siegler, and Garrett Spain. Which against lefties, it's pretty much the same, except Isaac Collins will get a little playing time. In AA, for our lineups, Reynel Delgado, a lot of the guys we want to see climb up. Jefferson Caro will get his chance. Cooper Pratt will get his chance down there. We may even spotlight some of those guys as well. Pitching rotation for AAA, DL Hall, Carlos F. Rodriguez, Robert Gasser, Garrett Stallings, and JB Bukauskas. We also have Tyler Alexander and Bruce Zimmerman throwing some long innings. Nick Mears, Tyler J., Grant Wolfram, and Zach Peak will be in the mid-relief, with Aaron Ashby with an 81 pitch clutch being our setup guy, and Elvis Peguero being the closer. In AA, Jacob Mizorowski, who we have a lot of high hopes for, he will be the #1 starter there, with Brett Witkowski, Evan McKendry, Logan Henderson, and Chad Patrick. Long relief innings from Russell Smith and Tyler Wasner. Patricio Aquino, Justin Yeager, and Blake Holub will be in the mid-relief. Davey Garcia, the former Yankee, will be our setup man with a 71 pitch clutch. And then Nick Merkel will get to close out games, even though he's, well, not very good. With that being said, our Brewers will be opening up on opening day in New York against Garrett Cole and the New York Yankees. If you're interested in our budget, we got about $47 million available. Yelich, Hoskins, and Chourio, as well as Quintana now, are going to be taking up a good little chunk of change. Once it's time to scout, we are going to be very, very interested in getting involved here. But for now, all we can do is see what this team can do against the New York Yankees. Hello everybody and welcome to the Bronx, New York at Yankee Stadium, where opening day takes place for our Milwaukee Brewers, who we will be following throughout this series, and this is an exciting day. Hopes are high for the Milwaukee Brewers, projected to finish 80-82, which doesn't look great, but second in the NL Central, so that means that they should compete. We'll see if they're able to compete this season, as you see some of their top projected performers, and they'll be going up against Garrett Cole today, who of course is the 2023 Cy Young Award winner, and he gets Sal Frelick right away for out number one on a strikeout. He went around on that one. Christian Yelich comes up, and he launches a bomb over the center field wall, 437 feet, and Christian Yelich opens up the scoring on the season. He is a big star for this team, or has been for the last decade, and we're looking to continue some of that as a walk leaves Chourio up at the plate, bouncer up the middle, and a double play ball to get Garrett Cole out of the first after giving up the bomb. Freddie Peralta takes the mound for the Brew Crew. He was 11-9 last year in real life, and this year starts out by getting Cody Bellinger to pop fly over to second for out number one. Here's a look at the team we are up against here, the New York Yankees, and a lot of low projected averages, but they are home run hitters. Got to watch out. It could fly over the fence at any time, as Volpe is going to pop fly out to first base. Hoskins there to make the catch, and then Judge swinging wildly for strike number 3. Rhys Hoskins to the plate in the top of the second. He puts one right into the gap out in right center field, and Hoskins rolling into second base with a stand-up double. Looked like he maybe wanted to try to take third, but nothing doing there. So Hoskins remains on second base for Garrett Mitchell, who grounds one over to first, and he will be out. But Hoskins is at third now with just one away for Bryce Terang. And he goes right back to the pitcher, Garrett Cole, with the throw out. No movement by Hoskins. Joseph Ortiz, though, with a single into center field, will bring Hoskins home. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Milwaukee Brewers. Andrew Monasterio takes one into left field, and that will drop in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Sal Frelick now, and this one grounded over to second base, and he is thrown out. For the final out of the inning, Giancarlo Stanton, a two-time homer champion. He's a strikeout champion so far in this game, or at least tied for striking out the most. There's a swing and a miss by Austin Wells, who has had a good start for the Yankees in real life, not so much here. Here's a dribbler by Paul Goldschmidt, one of the new Yankees, and he gets thrown out at first base. So Yelich back to the plate in the top of the third, and he's jammed out to left field. That'll be an easy out in left. William Contreras bounces one, and it will not get past second. He is thrown out at first base. Jackson Chourio back to the plate. 54 pitches for Garrett Cole already, and pitch number 55 is a strikeout. Jackson Chourio. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera, who will take one out to center field. Garrett Mitchell gets underneath that for out number one in the bottom half of the third. Jason Dominguez over into foul territory as Joseph Ortiz to make that catch. And then DJ LeMahieu takes one strong out to right field. Frelick is there, and we move through the third inning. Rhys Hoskins swing and a miss. He goes down swinging. And that is the third strikeout for Garrett Cole. Bryce Terang. Here is Garrett Mitchell with a big swing out to center field. That one's going to be gone as well. He and Yelich with some bombs today. Garrett Mitchell 466. That one is absolutely crushed. Here's Bryce Terang, and he puts it into left. It will land. He is on first base with a single. Joseph Ortiz now hits Garrett Cole in the back. Ortiz not going to beat it out to first, but Terang's at second. Andrew Monasterio takes this into center, but that one caught by Judge. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Cody Bellinger rips one over Sal Frelick's head, hits the wall, and Cody Bellinger going for second, and he will be there. So Bellinger with a nice double for Volpe to come up and get a single into left. Bellinger going to test the arm of Jackson Chourio, and he will beat it. 3-1, the Yankees get on the board, and here's Aaron Judge with a base hit out past second base. So 2 on, nobody out for Giancarlo Stanton, who will fly this one into shallow right. Frelick is there, he makes the catch, and we got a tag-up attempt, which will be good. So first and third for the Yankees, Austin Wells. Monasterio going for the double play and getting it easily to get out of this fourth inning. So Sal Frelick comes up to lead off the fifth, and he puts one in that right center field gap, and Frelick all the way to second with an easy stand-up double. Good start, and Luke Weaver will come in to relieve Garrett Cole. He had a great season in 2024, looking to continue some of that success here in this season, and Yelich will take a walk on a pitch outside the zone there. So Yelich gets over to first. We got 2 on for William Contreras, who puts one into center field. Bases are loaded with nobody away, and Jackson Chourio says, yeah, thank you, Luke. I am your father. 469. Nice for Jackson Chourio, the grand salami at Yankee Stadium. What a way to start this season, am I right? A grand slam for our young superstar, who will be on this roster for a long time. Tim Hill coming in to relieve Luke Weaver. He had a decent year last year as well. Some of these Yankee bullpen guys really had a good time of it in 2024. Will they have a good time of it in 2025? Well, he gets Rhys Hoskins to ground out to shortstop, so that's 1 away. Way better than the 2 predecessors. Here's Garrett Mitchell, and he will ground out to first base. 2 gone early on in his relief tenure. Here's Bryce Terang, and he takes this one out to center, and he will fly out. But Brewers bat around in the 5th. Oswaldo Cabrera going to ground this one over to Monasterio, who loads up and gets him out at first base. Oswaldo Cabrera jammed, and Monasterio makes a nice play behind him. Here's Jason Dominguez. He takes it out to center, and Garrett Mitchell is there to make the play. So Peralta cruising through 5. Here's Joseph Ortiz taking one, looking in the top of the 6th for the first out of the inning. Andrew Monasterio now at the plate. Chopper over to third. That one played well and thrown on to first for out number 2. Here's Sal Frelick, and he takes this one out to center field, and that one is easily caught out there to get us to the bottom half of the 6th inning, where DJ LeMahieu swings and misses for strike number 3. Freddie Peralta's 4th K of the day. Cody Bellinger takes this one to left, and Chourio makes a wonderful grab out there in left field. Again, the young superstar showing it off today. Volpe just sits there looking to end the 6th, and Peralta cruising through 6 innings. Here is Yelich, and bouncing one over to second. He will get thrown out for out number 1. William Contreras up and gets a huge hit into left field. That one all the way against the corner, but Contreras not going to make it to second. He's a bit slow. And that ball was so hard hit, it careened off the wall. Here's Jackson Chourio. He gets a single. So 2 on, 1 away, and Hoskins walks them loaded here. Tim Hill in a bit of trouble. He's got Garrett Mitchell, and he swings and misses at the slider away. It got him. Tim Hill trying to get out of trouble. He's got Bryce Terang, and Terang's going to get a base hit past second base, and that brings 1 home. Could have tested The 97 speeder at third, but it doesn't happen. Joseph Ortiz instead is going to take this into the right center field gap, and Joseph Ortiz is going to clear the bases. A bases clearing double, making it 11-1 Brew Crew. Fernando Cruz comes in relief. Yankees really floating on through this bullpen right now. Andrew Monasterio is jammed out to right, and it lands. Nobody tests the arm out there in right field. Here's Sal Frelick. He comes up and takes this one out to center. But it's an easy routine play. And we go to the bottom of the seventh with the Brew Crew up 11-1. So after the seventh inning stretch, it's Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And he takes Freddie Peralta deep. It's a two-run shot for Stanton. His first home run of the season. And it gets the Yankees inching closer, even though it's very improbable that they make a comeback. But 11-3, Peralta stays in the game, and Ortiz throws out Austin Wells for out number one. Peralta still there, 108 pitches, and this one dribbled over to Monasterio, and he throws it away. Monasterio with the throwing error, and that is going to take Peralta out of the game. Abner Uribe coming in relief. He pitched 14 games last year, wasn't super great, and it doesn't start out great for him here as Oswaldo Cabrera is walked. So 2 on, only 1 away for Uribe, and this one lands in front of Frelick, and the bases are bombed for DJ LeMahieu. And LeMahieu swings wildly at a fastball inside for 2 gone. Cody Bellinger is dangerous, and he will walk. Abner Uribe walking in a run for the Yankees, making it 11-4. Here's Volpe at the plate, and Volpe takes this one deep to left field. Jackson Chourio runs it down at the track and ends the 7th inning. So 11-4, Brewers over Yankees, and that is a great play at second base to get Yelich. Wonderful play. Here's William Contreras. He will ground this one over to shortstop. Easy throw for Volpe to make, and that's out number 2. So 2 gone for the Brewers. Jackson Chourio up at the plate, and he will get a base hit right past Volpe. So with Chourio on the base pads in the top of the 8th, here's Rhys Hoskins, and Hoskins called strike 3. They say he went around. Great pitching performance in that inning. Here's a pitch clock violation for Uribe against Judge. He kind of lets Judge on base. Here's Giancarlo Stanton swinging and missing. Could have got dangerous with Giancarlo up at the plate and Judge on the base pads. Here's Austin Wells, and he'll get a base hit. So 2 on, 1 away against Abner Uribe, and that is going to be it for him as Joel Payams is coming in. Against Paul Goldschmidt, it's a base hit right up the middle. Monasterio can't get there. Judge is going to try for home, and he will stand on up and come on in, 11-5. Oswaldo Cabrera goes down swinging, however. Pamps gets him. And Jason Dominguez up at the plate, and Dominguez with a grounder over to Monasterio takes the easy out at second base. And we are through 8. Mark Leiter Jr. coming in to pitch for New York. 4.50 ERA last year in 60 games. Here's Garrett Mitchell taking it out to left field, and it is caught out there in left for out number 1. Bryce Terang, 500 average, and he swings and he misses. He goes down swinging there. Nice pitching for Mark Leiter thus far. He gets Joseph Ortiz as well, so 2 of his 3 batters strike out. And now it's DJ LeMahieu, and he strikes out as Pamps gets him. LeMahieu, rough day for him. Here's Cody Bellinger, and a grounder down to first, and Rhys Hoskins able to take care of that easily. 1 out away from an opening day victory. It's Volpe at the plate, and Volpe into center field. Garrett Mitchell with a routine play, and he will make it. The Milwaukee Brewers win on opening day at Yankee Stadium by a score of 11-5. Very, very unexpected to get a grand salami on opening day I don't know the stats on that. I don't know how many opening day grand slams there have been. But here we have a series against the Royals. Rhys Hoskins at the plate against Lucas Erceg, and he cannot get the job done. Royals get a win in our building. So not a great thing for us there, but we've been playing a lot of American League teams. It's really going to matter when we start to get into those NL Central battles, those NL teams we've got to play against. But it's interesting to check out this Royals series as the Royals 3-1 and again threatening to beat us here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Garrett Mitchell, though, takes it out to right center field, and Garrett Mitchell has himself an RBI double. It makes it 2-2 and keeps the Brew Crew in this thing. Hunter Harvey coming in to pitch instead, and he's already pitched in 2 games in this young season. Pitching against Bryce Terang, and he will ground over to short and be thrown out at first base. Joseph Ortiz with a chance, and Joseph Ortiz takes it to center, and that one actually is caught. What a play in center field. Andrew Monasterio taking it out to right. Is it going to land? It is going to land, but we do not test the arm. Maybe could be a mistake. We'll find out. Sal Frelick right up the middle. Easy little flipper to end the ninth. Probably should have tested the arm out in right field, but we didn't. Here's Hunter Renfroe, gets it past Rhys Hoskins, and the Royals take the 3-2 lead. Michael Garcia takes this thing out to center field. Garrett Mitchell is getting there, trying to make a play. He's not going to. 397 over the wall. Michael Garcia, 98.4 off of the bat. And the Royals extend that lead to 6-2. Struggle to try to come back. We'll see as the Royals are celebrating on our own field. Here's Christian Yelich taking this thing out to left field. It is going all the way off the wall, and we have an RBI double for Christian Yelich. He's been big to start the season. That is his second double of the year. Here's Jackson Chourio with a single out to right. That is going to bring Yelich home. Is he going to get there? He does. A 6-4 game. We have a chance. Carlos Hernandez comes in to pitch for the Royals. He did not have a very good first outing. We'll see if we can continue that, and Rhys Hoskins with the double play ball to give the Royals the victory. We do not continue the woes for Hernandez. He's able to close it down and get the win for Kansas City. 6-4. Hunter Harvey with the win, Brian Hudson with the loss, and that save for Carlos Hernandez. Royals took 2 early games in that series. They end up winning that series on us. We are 3-5, taking on the rival Reds. Sal Frelick with a chance against Taylor Rogers to try to get us even, and he swings and misses for out number 1 of the bottom of the 8th inning. Christian Yelich comes up at the plate and taps one, thrown out at first base pretty easily. But he does move the runner along for Rhys Hoskins, who does not do anything with it. This is a very easy catch for the catcher to make, and Tyler Stevenson does, and that'll be the end of the 8th inning. Stuart Fairchild comes up and swings and misses. Abner Uribe in this game. And there's Spencer Steer driving that one all the way back, and what a catch for Perkins to make. All the way back at the wall. Reese Hines coming up against Abner Uribe. He's batting 167 on the year, but it's not a problem here. 100 miles an hour off the bat. And that is a 2-out double for Reese Hines. Does that smell trouble for us? We'll see. Aaron Savale coming in to pitch, and he's pitched in 2 games for 1 2/3 innings. Hasn't given up a hit yet. We'll see if he keeps that going. Matt McClain with a ground ball, and he gets the out of Matt McClain. Keeping Savale there just in case this one goes to extras. You never know. Josh Stalmont going to try to close us out in this. A 3-2 game. Jackson Chourio, who we trust at the plate, and he's untrustworthy on that swing. He goes down on the slider away, though. Probably would have been a strikeout if he didn't. There's a swing and a miss, they say, for Eric Haas. So it has not been easy for our hitters against Stallman. Here's Blake Perkins. Perkins takes it out to left field. This one's a routine fly ball. And it is another Brewers loss as the Reds get the win here on our home field. 3-2. Nick Lodolo with the win. Tobias Myers goes 0-2. And Josh Dalmont with the save. Reds sweep us in that series. So we move on, and it is the Rockies we are taking on in this particular game. The 3-7 Rockies, we have battled back to 5-6. Jackson Cheerio up at the plate, batting .326 on the season, but this one will be a double play ball. He is safe at first, though. Cheerio's speed helps out big time, but Rhys Hoskins takes strike 3. Looking, you just can't do that, Rhys. Here's Garrett Mitchell. Garrett Mitchell trying to take it out into left, but it is caught, and the Rockies get a win. We cannot win at Coors Field on this night, as that series would be tied 1-1, and we lose it 1-0, even despite having more hits than the Rockies. Brian Hudson takes another loss. Moving on, another NL West foe, the Arizona Diamondbacks with Joe Mantiply on the hill against Christian Yelich, who's 0 for 3 so far in this game. 2 runners on base, and he GIDP, ground into double play. Stranding a runner on third base. Justin Martinez coming in to pitch. He is having a wonderful season for the Diamondbacks, and he is trying to continue that and hold this down, and he will do it against Rhys Hoskins. Easy play to make at first base. The Diamondbacks go on to win as Naylor hit another 2-run home run. Make it a 5-2 game. Just add a little insult to injury. Why not? Justin Martinez with his 3rd save of the year. Pamps gets the loss. We battle it back to 500 at 9-9, taking on the 9-8 Detroit Tigers, and it's another close one here in the bottom of the 8th. Yelich is jammed by Tyler Holton, and that is going to end the 8th inning. So we go into the 9th, sim a little bit more. Bottom of the 9th, it's a strikeout of William Contreras for the Tigers to get the dub. Love those jerseys for the Tigers and the hats. Really looking nice, but they get a 2-1 win. And Jack Flaherty with the dub. We move further along, and we're just a couple of games under 500 as we take on the San Francisco Giants at Oracle Park. Christian Yelich seems to have a lot of these chances. He started off hot in the beginning of the year, and he gets a hit here. That's big. So that will not only put him at first, but look at the movement to make it first and second. There's a swing and a miss for William Contreras trying to steal home. That ain't going to work. Yelich will go to second, though. Jackson Cheerio going to get a chance. He's had a good day, 2 for 4. Cheerio puts it into center field. Yelich is coming around third, and he is going to score. But Cheerio is going to get caught trying to take second base. But it left for a tie game at the time, and this is very odd. I'm used to seeing like the dugout shaking hands and stuff, but Lamonte Wade got the game-winning ribby in the bottom of the 10th inning for the Giants, and they win that game. But we move forward to another Giants game just a couple of days later, and we're 10-13 now. Rhys Hoskins at the plate with the bases loaded, and Hoskins takes it out to right center field. That one's not going to get caught. That one is all the way down, all the way up against the wall. From the track, the throw. It is a bases-clearing double for Rhys Hoskins, a 3 RBI double. And the Giants are going to bring Robbie Ray in, and I can tell you as a Mariners fan, that is scary. Don't want to see that. Let's see his average against right-handed batters, but Eric Haas is one of those to keep it lower. That's fine. Mark Canha up at the plate, and he dribbles one over to third. Look at this jumping throw. What a throw to get Mark Canha out by the third baseman there. Trevor McGill now. He's pitched 8 games without giving up a single run all year. As a matter of fact, there aren't many hits against him this season. And there you go. Wilmer Flores just going to sit there looking at that one. A little window shopping for him. He doesn't have a great average anyway. Neither does Brett Wisely. Or with runners in scoring position, but he will draw a walk, get himself on base, and this is an infield fly. So infield fly roll invoked there. 2 away for Tyler Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald trying to get it past Monasterio, but he will at least beat out the throw. Bases bombed for Jung-Hoo Lee, and he hits this one into foul territory. Hoskins is over there and makes a great grab. Hoskins with a long run for a first baseman to go, and the Brewers get the win 3-0 solely off of that 3 RBI double by Rhys Hoskins. So Rhys Hoskins comes up huge. Trevor McGill gets the 8th save of the year for him. And now a little prospect highlight, as Jacob Mizorowski is like our lone B prospect on the entire roster. And we're going to check him out. He has started 3 games so far and has a 2.04 ERA with a .96 whip. He has been really, really good. So we definitely want to check him out. Carson Williams, that RAZE top prospect, will fly out early in the first inning. Here's Bobby Seymour, and Seymour takes it out to center. That one lands. So a hit up against Mizorowski. If you were hoping to see a no-hitter, you will not. You get a strikeout there. Will Simpson just sits there, window shops. Here's Tatum Levens, and he puts this one on the ground. He is easily thrown out at first base. So Mizorowski kind of cruising. Here's Mason Hour, and that is a walk for Mizorowski. So another little blemish as he walks a run, or as he walks a guy over to first, and then almost gives up a huge hit. But what a run by the outfielder. Now Homer Bush, what a name, puts it into right field, and they're going to try to score the run here, and it is in time. Beautiful score. And unfortunately, not good for Mizorowski, as you see him early on give up a hit, give up a walk, and give up a run in the second inning. But in the third, he is dishing, getting Tristan Peters to go around on a check swing. Then Carson Williams goes around swinging. He is down. Guy's only batting .130 on the season. Here's Bobby Seymour swinging and missing as well. So Mizorowski dealing in the third, striking them all out. So through 3 innings, Mizorowski looking pretty good, but that one blemish in that run column. Here's Will Simpson. He swings and he misses. Mizorowski putting the strikeouts up now, but 59 pitches in here in the top of the 4th. He gives up another hit. This is a single with 1 away. Mason Hour, he will fly. Mizorowski just pointing, and that'll be taken care of by the defender there. So Brock Jones is going to take this one out to right field, and Brock Jones gets it down. They're going to try to score another run, and it is safe at the plate. So 2-0 as Mizorowski gives up a couple of runs here on a couple of hits. Homer Bush hits this one right up the middle, and that ends up being a single as well. Mizorowski could not field it. He won't be winning any gold gloves. Here's Jalen Battles taking it out to left, and Mizorowski gets out of the jam in the 4th inning. Tristan Peters up at the plate. Peters takes it out to center field and a 1-2 pitch, and he is gone. Nice catch out there in center field. Here's Carson Williams. Mizorowski's had a good day against him. Gets him to pop foul and be out. So, taking care of Carson Williams really well. Here's Bobby Seymour taking this one over the right field wall. So, Mizorowski not having good luck against Bobby Seymour, who hit his first homer of the year off Mizorowski here. That'll make it 3-0 Montgomery Biscuits. No gravy. And definitely no gravy for Mizorowski, as he's finally relieved by Patricio Aquino. And Mizorowski relieved in the 5th inning. Warren did hit an RBI single for us, but the Montgomery Biscuits will beat our Biloxi Shuckers 3-1. Mizorowski gets his first loss on the season, sadly. So we move forward, and bases bombed against James Karinchak against these White Sox here. See if we can get a dub Bases bombed for Willie Contreras. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and he swings and misses. No hit there for Willie. See if Jackson Churio can come through. Jackson Churio takes this one out to left field. That one's going to get over the left fielder and up against the wall, and Churio with a 2-run double in the top of the 8th inning to break a scoreless tie. Cam Boozer coming into pitch. He has not pitched well this season, and Rhys Hoskins takes full advantage of it. Gone. That is a no-doubter. 385 out to left center field. Bye-bye. Get up and get out of here. Boozer, probably not the guy you should have brought in a situation like this. Huge bomb for Hoskins. Make it 5-zip Brew Crew. And so Jose Quintana still pitching here against the White Sox. Andrew Benintendi up at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's only batting 186 on the year. Quintana gets him to take this one out to left field, and that one is caught for out number 1. Quintana trying to go a complete game. Shutout. Mike Tauschman. Swing and a miss. He's down for strike number 3. That's 2 gone for Quintana and his 6th strikeout of the afternoon. Luis Robert, and he is going to be out. What a play. What a web gem there for Rhys Hoskins. And the Brewers win. Quintana going a complete game shutout, and Rhys Hoskins with the bomb and Churio with the RBI double. Perfect. Love to see it. What a game. Shouldn't have to struggle like that against a team like the White Sox, but as you can see, we've scored more runs than we've allowed, and we're still in the basement of the NL Central. If you look at the way that the wild card is shaking out, we got a chance. We're a game back. It's only 31 games in, obviously. There's plenty of baseball to be played, but we're there. And here's our rival Cubs with our City Connects on. Love to see it. Bottom of the 9th inning. Garrett Mitchell with 2 on, and he takes a beanball to his back from Phil Bickford. So that'll load up the bases for Joseph Ortiz, and that is a weak ground ball to short. And that gets through the 9th. We go to extra innings, and in extra innings, as the recording got a little screwed up there, so we'll show it to you in replay form. In extra innings, it is Seiya Suzuki who says, "See ya later." 7th home run of the year for Suzuki, and he gives it to the Cubs, a 6-3 lead. So Ryan Presley coming in to try to close it out. He has pitched very well so far in the season, has not blown a save in 8 tries. Andrew Monasterio, though, right up the middle into center field, and Monasterio has it 1st and 3rd with nobody out. So the 9-hole hitter does his job. Back to the top of the order, Sal Frelick, this one up the middle. They're going to go for the double play. They won't get Frelick. And he will get the RBI on it as well. Christian Yelich now trying to swing for the fences and tie this game. And he is out in foul territory. So it is going to be up to Willie Contreras. And Contreras swings and misses. They throw on to first on a pass ball. And the Cubbies win it in Milwaukee. 6-4. Phil Bickford ends up with the win. Trevor McGill with the L as he blows it. So, after McGill blows it, we get another game against the Cubs. Another attempt to maybe get a win, but this one is not tied. This is one we need to come back on, and Ortiz gets beanballed by Luke Little. When are we going to warn these pitchers? They've beanballed us 2 games in a row, and there's a swing and a miss for Garrett Mitchell to end the 8th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th where Ryan Presley is on the hill now, and Blake Perkins up at the plate. That is a ground ball, and they won't get the double play. We got a lot of speed on this team. Oliver Dunn swinging and missing. He goes down, so 2 away for Jackson Churio, who takes this one out to right field. This one is heading deep, but it is caught before the warning track, and the Cubbies win it again in our home field. Cubs win 2-1. Tyson Miller gets the win, Pamps gets the loss, and Ryan Presley with that 10th save. He gets a couple against us. Now with a chance here to maybe get a comeback on Josh Hader. The Astros have not done well this season. They're about as good as we are, which isn't great. Bryce Terang swinging and launching one, 98 miles an hour off the bat and gone over the right field wall. It's a walk-off jack for Bryce Terang off of Josh Hader. And the Astros cannot believe it. They cannot believe that their very highly paid closer has just given it up. Josh Hader, 97 miles an hour on the pitch, 98 off the bat. That thing is out of here. Aaron Savale ends up with the win. He's 1-0 on the year, and Josh Hader takes his second L. But the Astros do win this series, taking 2 of 3. So at this point in this season, through 40 games, we are 18-22 and in the basement of the NL Central. Going up against the Twins in the top of the 8th inning with a lead, mind you, a 4-3 lead. It is Brian Hudson against Matt Wallner. And Hudson is taken deep by Matt Wallner. This one lands on the wall and off of it. And Matt Wallner with an RBI double. Is it a 2 RBI double? It is. Matt Wallner gives the Twins the lead. His 6th double of the season. Harrison Bader dribbles one over to first, and that'll take care of the top half of the 8th. But now work needs to be done against Joan Duran. And he is not an easy pitcher to do that work against. William Contreras takes it out to center field, but it is shallow enough to make the grab. 1 away. Jackson Chourio takes one into left field. Terrible shift on Chourio there. He's able to get it right through. Rhys Hoskins swings and misses. He goes down swinging. After Jackson Chourio steals a base, it's Garrett Mitchell dribbled, and he's not going to beat it out. So through the 8th inning, Twins hold on to that lead. Into the 9th we go. Griffin Jacks to pitch against Bryce Terang, and Terang swinging and missing. Going a little wild on it. Griffin Jacks with a nice strikeout. He faces Joseph Ortiz. Ortiz takes this one out to center field. Right center, and it's over the wall. 403 for Joseph Ortiz. That is a huge homer for him. Only his 2nd of the season, but in a huge spot. Brings up Monasterio. He swings and misses. And he goes down. So 2 away. Monasterio upset at himself. Here's Sal Frelick, and Frelick frays this one into left, and it is caught easily. So we're going to extras off the bat of Joey Ortiz. Carlos Correa takes a walk from Brian Hudson. And it's Royce Lewis at the plate, and he hits one into shallow left. Jackson Chourio there to pick it up, but not going to get him at home. So a 6-5 lead for the Twins. Aaron Savale coming in. He has blown up his ERA in the last couple of weeks. Started the season really well, but there's a nice sinker ball that gets Byron Buxton froze. So there's a strikeout that for 1 out. Now Ryan Jeffers dribbling one over to Terang at second, and Terang will just throw it over to first base. 2 gone. Wallner this time swinging and missing. He's not going to hit a 2 RBI double this time. Christian Yelich getting it going into center field, trying to tie the ball game, and he does just that. But they catch Yelich in a rundown there, trying to get to second. And they're going to bring in Brock Stort to pitch for the Twins. He has not had a good season thus far. William Contreras takes it to center field, and he is out number 2. So last chance to walk it off. Jackson Chourio takes it out to right field. This could have the distance. Ooh, hits the wall, but Chourio gets himself at second base. There's a chance if Rhys Hoskins can come through. Rhys pulls this one out in left field, and it is over the wall. Rhys Hoskins with a 2-run blast. He's done it again. Hoskins has come up with some really big hits so far on the season, and he does it again with a huge walk-off over the left field wall. Rhys Hoskins clutch, and look at this. Exciting scene at the plate in the City Connects with a huge 8-6 dub. Aaron Savale goes to 2-0, Brock Stort to 2-1. Playing the Phillies now in Philadelphia, a 1-1 tie. Jordan Romano on the hill for the Phils. They're wearing their Hot City Connects. Joey Ortiz with the bases bombed and only one away, and fouling that one back is really bad. There's out number 2. Here's Jackson Chourio, though. He could be a hero, but this one is an easy to grab ball in right. So we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. And we will return to Sim, and the Sim is kind to us as Yelich hit an RBI double and then a 3-ribby homer for Rhys Hoskins, who has just been absolutely incredible, and he does it against his former team, which you love to see. And all of that to say that we have finally gotten above 500 at 33-31 here on June number 7th. We'll go into one more game here against the rival Cardinals. And with 2 on, it's Wilson Contreras with a chance to get the win. And Trevor McGill has almost blown it. But Chourio makes the play, and no advancement for any of the runners. Alec Burleson at the plate now, and he will dribble one back to McGill. McGill over to second. Gets it to the bottom of the 9th. No one has scored all day. Garrett Mitchell takes it out to right and over the wall. Garrett Mitchell is clutch when we need him the most, as he is able to put the walk-off over the right field fence. Now there's an unlikely hero. Garrett Mitchell, of course, pretty solid player, but you would think Chourio or Yelich or Hoskins the way he's been playing. But hey, we'll take a Garrett Mitchell walk-off. 1-zip dub for the Brewers against the Cardinals there. And with that, we're ready to draft here in June. And you'll get to see that in the next episode. See you then.